everyone, welcome to Monday's live stream. Today is the 21st of October. So as always, I'm just going to get my chat up here. And if I sound like I'm half asleep, I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Hi, Candy. Hi, Charlotte. How are you guys? I'm not too bad. My first day off of 2, so I'm excited about that. Although I don't really count tomorrow as a day off because it's Rain's birthday and I've got an entire day planned for him, so I'm excited about that, but it's going to be a busy day. Hi, Jobeth. Good to see you too, sweetheart. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Jody. Oh, turn that down. Put that on silent for now. So how are all you lovely people this morning? I'll be right back. I just gotta let Rain in the house. He doesn't have a key for the front door. 2 seconds, guys. Yeah. Hey, kiddo. Alright, sorry about that. That'll help me wake up. Rain brought me a hot chocolate. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's pretty late to be up. So I bet that nap was amazing. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Bethan. Yeah, I was up quite a bit last night too. I think I finally fell asleep at like 2 o'clock. I had some major sympathy anxiety for one of the new ladies at work. She's the new night shift lady. So she's had 3 nights of training, and then last night was the first shift by herself, and night shift is always like completely by themselves. There's nobody else in the store. So she was pretty nervous, and I was nervous for her because I'm thinking, oh my goodness, if I was on my own, my 4th shift, I would be going insane. Not to mention they don't run till quite as much at night, so she wasn't quite sure what to do. I feel like they should have thrown her on like a few afternoon shifts or something, That way, you know, they're not super busy. Afternoon's kind of a little bit more relaxed, and then she could learn the till and food and everything. And there's someone there to ask questions to, and then when she's comfortable with that, then put her on nights. But I guess she's determined, so that's all that counts. Hi, Sue. Hi, Shalene. How are you, sweetheart? Right, Charlotte? Me too. She's working the less busier nights, but still, it's when all the crazy people are out. So, I decided to pick up the Frightlings Halloween as a little birthday present to myself. And if you guys have not seen this book, it is adorable. And she's got all of cute little names for them, and all of the eyes are dotted with hearts. I absolutely love that. And then majority of them, if not all, have these little poems. This one is adorable. I don't know why, but I just envision him as like this pink bunny, but he's so evil. I like want to color every single page in this, and I don't know why, but I love the rainy pages. I don't know how she does that, but it just looks so realistic. This is my favorite one though, of course. Look at this little fish hairpin on the cat. Oh my goodness. And then there's quite a few that are landscape. Oh, awesome, Shalene. I think this is what I'm going to color in today, and then I did grab a spot for the Spooktober Colorathon. Thankfully it worked out that I had that day off, so can't remember what time I'm streaming. I'll have to grab links and stuff for that, but I figure I'll color in this some more then, but it'll probably be 2 different images. Oh, there's that kitty again. Just something so whimsical about her pages, and I don't know about you guys, but I love when people do different line art. Like all of these characters have really dark lines so they stand out, and then everything else is just a little bit less so it kind of blends in a little bit. I absolutely love that. I like that this book is completely Halloween, but it's still super cute at the same time. This one gives me complete Jasmine Beckett Griffith vibes because there's a few pages in her Mermaids books where they're kind of like this. And this one kind of reminds me of like the Nightmare Before Christmas guy, like Jack the Skeleton, kind of like a mini version of him. And this is the one that I think I'm going to start coloring. I didn't want to bite off a whole page, so this is kind of a mini one, which I like. I actually wish she had more of those in there. But first, when did I stream last? I streamed sometime last week, and I was going to show this, and I completely forgot, because she said that I could show you guys and say who it was from. But yeah, I completely forgot. So my other birthday present from the absolutely wonderful Miss Melody, she had me in tears when I opened this. She sent me a new set of Prismacolor Premiers, so now I can actually use my Indian Throne blue instead of mixing colors to try and achieve the same color. So I'm super excited about that. Haven't even opened it yet, but yeah, now I can stop saving my favorite pencils because I finally have replacements. So a huge, huge, huge thank you to the wonderful Melody. She is the absolute sweetest. And I've been eyeing those for a while too, not only because I needed replacements, but also because the box is absolutely gorgeous. And the lady that designed the box is actually on Instagram. I wonder if I can't remember her Instagram name. She does some amazing work. If I can find it, I will put it in the description. Probably won't be right away though, it'll probably be tomorrow or later tonight that I get around to that. I got tape on my sweater. Isn't it? I was not expecting it. I came home from work and it was a really crappy day of work. So I came home and then I guess that it arrived while I was at work, so it was sitting on my desk for me, and I kind of looked, looked at Rain, I was like, is that for me? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, that's weird, I didn't order anything. Then I opened it, and yeah, I was in tears, and then the boys had to come and check it out, too. Hi, Lou. Alright, so, I've been excited to stream today, because I have hardly colored lately. Find a spare piece of paper here. Even though it's at the back, I still like having pieces of paper in there. Hi, Stephanie. I think this will be like whip number 5, but maybe I'll actually get this one done one day soon. Okay, so where do we want to start? I'm thinking start with his helmet, because I want that to be gold. Trying to remember my gold combination. I know it had bronze in it, and let's go with dark umber if I can find that. Let's go bronze, dark umber, a little bit of black maybe. I'm drawing a blank, so I'm going to have to actually look. Right? I love the big eyes on them. They're so cute. Oh my goodness. Where is it? Okay, let's go artichoke and cream. Oh, that's okay, Jody. Don't always have to be chatty. I totally get the just wanting to lurk, because that's what I've been doing at everybody's streams that I've been able to make lately, because I just don't have a lot of energy to chat lately, and also because I'm usually always doing something else as well. So I'm going to come in with the black first and throw in some shadows here. Thinking maybe a mix of gold and silver, but I'm not completely sure yet. Oh my goodness. I don't know if the cats are fighting at the door or if they want in, but come on. In a row, girls. You 2 weeks. Come on. No? Alright. Aw. Well, here's hoping tomorrow's better. Come on in, kiddo.
Time ran out.
Alright.
Mommy, am my hot chocolate ready now?
You can check. It's in the fridge. Yeah, it's sad that they don't. Do they have them in some places in the States? Do they have them at places like Barnes and Nobles? So I know the only place I can get them in Canada that I've found anyways is Walmart.
Need for hot chocolate, Mommy.
Oh, if that was from Daddy, and you should wipe your face. So after the black, I'm gonna go in with the dark umber.
That was from Daddy's?
Yeah, Daddy brought that for us.
Yay.
You're welcome. Please don't start that until you're out, okay?
Ooh.
Thank you. You close the door over, please. Thanks, Turkey. Love you. And of course, as soon as he closed the door, now the baby wants out. You need water, don't ya? you go. That's unfortunate. It's too bad your guys' Walmarts don't carry them. There's usually Walmarts everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jody. That definitely makes for a sad day. Laundryland. Welcome back. I thankfully got all of mine done yesterday, so that way I could just relax on my days off and not do much. But I was running around with a chicken with my head, like a chicken with my head cut off yesterday. Trying to get everything done before work. Will you stop eating the door? I have a love-hate relationship with this paper. It feels so nice, but at the same time, I struggle with blending on it. There's not very many paper types that make me struggle like that. Usually I can get them all to work, but this paper... Yeah, the Walmarts here don't really have much for coloring books anymore either. They usually get Joanna's and Kirby's when they first come out. And then after that, they don't really carry anymore. They'll be out for like maybe the first, say like first month that Kirby or Johanna's books come out. And that's the only artists I've seen there. And then other than that, they have just a couple coloring magazines. Coloring Heaven being one of them, which is, in my opinion, the only good one that they have. Although I do think, no, the Coloring Odyssey book, I got that from the dollar store, so yeah, I haven't bought any coloring books from Walmart for quite a while, aside from the Coloring Heaven ones. I suppose that could be nice and try and zoom in a little bit for you guys. This phone is super touchy, so bear with me here. I gotta figure out an easier way to zoom that in. I'm using my new phone again. Sorry if I made anybody dizzy. With this phone, it seems zoom is like all or nothing. Oh my goodness, all you kitties were thirsty. I think I have enough books to last couple hundred years, and I've only got like 65 of them, I think. I say only, that is a lot, but not as many as some. Some people are like, oh my goodness, you only have that many? And I'm like, why? How many do you have? And they're like 200 something, and I'm like, where do you put them all? I'm running out of room. Yeah, marker and sparkle paper, that's right. I even struggle with nail colors on this paper. They work, you have to be really careful with them. And not so much that they like tear through the paper, but I feel like the paper soaks them up and then they get really splotchy for some reason, almost like they're drying instantly. It's weird. Get like this weird texture with them. Wait, Jody's older than 20? I was thinking like my age, 25. See? So did Shalene. 25. Wow. Yeah, that's... You don't seem 30. Hi, Brittany. Well, hello. Why is it, like, this cat, oh my goodness, these cats. They literally want nothing to do with me any other day, but as soon as I'm streaming... What are you doing? You're gonna sit on my book. Alright. Oh, and you are gonna lay down? Alright. Let's zoom out for a little bit then, if I can here. Are you watching yourself on the camera? It's like, who's that guy? Who's that handsome kitty? I think in the UK you have to order it online because it's not part of the subscription. But Walmart's here anyways still get them. I'm not sure where else. Thanks, Joe Beth. Yes, he has some gorgeous markings. This one little marking on the back of his neck here, it kind of still resembles it, but when he was a kitten it was closer together and it looks like a little wolf's, like the shape of a wolf's head. Yeah, literally the last time he did this, Shalene, was when we streamed last time. We had all three of the cats, I think, laying on my page at one, well, not all at once, but throughout the stream, all three of them came to say hi. It was him first, and then I think it was Lilo, and then Miko. Yes, yes they are. I watched your video of Nala like 5 times. This is so cute. Because cats are known for doing that, knocking things over, but mine don't. None of mine do. What are you doing? Why are you so lovey? Oh, I see. That's funny. Just like, this isn't the good stuff. Yeah, they all do, Charlotte, just not very often. We keep most of their toys in a box, and the big two don't really bother with them unless you bring them out for them, and then they'll play a little bit, but that's about it. Miko, on the other hand, she'll go right in the box and she'll take every single toy out. But she's more, even though she's still kind of in that kitten stage, I think she's a little bit over 6 months now, but she's more into attacking the other cats, and she tries to eat the doors. Like, literally, she tries to bite the doors. What else does she play with? I don't know. I use pine litter for them, so like they're these like tiny little, kind of like the size of like that, and like round like cylinders. So when they get out of the litter box, of course some of it gets on the floor, and honestly they all have more fun playing with that than they do their toys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, mine don't do that. It's funny because you always watch cat videos and they're always knocking stuff off. It's like that meme I see on Facebook all the time. Is the glass half empty or half full? It doesn't matter because the cat's gonna knock it off the table anyways. Right, Charlotte? Yeah, it's fun. Thankfully, my litter mat usually catches most of it, minus the little tiny bits that I always have to pick up off the floor from them batting them around. Oh no, Beth. Yep, wax is hard to get off of stuff. We have those wax warmers too, and there's one downstairs, and Carbon decided to run some of his trucks through it and then was super upset when we told him that the trucks were going in the garbage because there's no way we were getting all that wax off of them. But he hasn't done it since, so... I'm so excited to give Rain his presents tomorrow. It's going to be a long day of waiting. Yeah, I don't think he did. I'm sure I probably would have heard about it if he did, but he'd just get the bottom half of his cars. I think there was like 3 of them, and he'd just play with them in the wax. And oh man, it's not fun. Hi, Bev. Okay, hold on, let's see here if I can go. I think I still have the picture I took on my phone. I can kind of go from there because I honestly, I have the worst memory. See if I can find it here. Actually, I took that with Snapchat, so it should still be on there. Might be easier to find. Sometime in August is when I got it. Let's see if it'll tell me the exact date. Yeah, about August 30th, so just at the end of August. Hi, Jean. Yeah, the pretty cat. He's just softly purring. He's so cute. I can't kick him off. Yeah, so he's got the blanket with his puppy on it. And then I've also got him a survival handbook that he was eyeing in at Walmart the one day. He probably knows for sure that he's getting that because he looked at me and raised his eyebrows and he's like, that'd be a good birthday present. So it's like, yeah, alright. And then I'm going into work today. I don't work today, but I'm going in today because I noticed when I was stocking the cooler the other day, we have these mood water bottles. So they like have your mood on them. So I'm gonna grab a grumpy one for him because he's always grumpy, and he'll get a good laugh out of that. Yeah, he will too, and so will my mom, because they're gonna, my mom, bleh, I cannot talk today. My mom and my stepdad are going to be here too because she paid for half the blanket and I paid for the other half. So she's got to be here when he opens it, but I also didn't want to make him open it in front of a whole bunch of people, so I'm going to keep it just me, my mom, stepdad, possibly, if he's not working, and little man, of course. Oh, maybe my brother. He might be coming out for supper with us, but I don't know if he'll come back to my place after or not. Oh my goodness, I know. This one little girl, she came into the store and she's like, look at all the snacks. And she's like, I want all of them. And my coworker there, his name's Chase, he looks over at me, he's like, this whole store is a snack. I just started laughing, I was like, that's so true. I haven't bought much from there until I started working there, and now I buy things from there all the time. Got limited areas to work here. Kitty, you're taking up a lot of my page. It's a good thing you're cute. Yeah, it's amazing how many people will come in and then they'll grab like the one thing that they came in for and they'll come and stand in line, and then you've got all of those impulse buy items at the front, like the chocolate bars and the gum, and excuse you. He's like, yeah, no. There's a lot of people that come in and you can tell that they're just impulsed by it. They just have to get it. You're not making this coloring thing very easy, you know that? Hi. Are you gonna move? We've got taquitos. I don't think they're kind of similar to burritos, but not. Personally, though, they taste really good, but they're also they all have a little bit of spice to them, and I'm not a spicy person. You got, oh my goodness, look at all this hair on my book, you butthead. But yeah, we've got the taquitos, we've got hot dogs, we've got these cheeseburger bites. They're basically like cheeseburger and hot dog style, which is kind of cool. And then we've also got meatballs and mozza sticks. We do chicken strips, wedges, wings, and an array of other stuff like spring rolls and What else? Corn dogs. Yeah, there's too much food. I am addicted to pub style wings though that we do. They are amazing. So that's usually what I end up eating. Oh, he went back to his chair. Yeah, and the food there is actually really good. I've gotten taquitos from there in the past, especially since it's kind of close to the bar, so, you know, back when I was a little bit of a miscreant and always went to the bar and got drunk, you'd always go to Sev and get taquitos. But everything always tastes better when you're drunk, and apparently drunk Skyee handles spicy a lot better than sober Skyee. Because trying them now, I don't think they taste very good. Yeah, I personally don't think I was too bad when I was drinking, but my mom thinks otherwise, but we all know how moms can be. Aw, hopefully he had a good time and enjoyed himself. And thanks, sweetheart. Thanks for stopping in, and I hope tomorrow's better for you, hon. Hi, Bella. Yeah, no one likes waiting in line. I can agree with that. I suppose I can zoom in again too, now that the kitty left. This is a new book. This is the Halloween Frightlings magazine by Coloring Heaven. I know Coloring Heaven wanted to ship these off early so that way we could actually get them at the beginning of the month, I think was their plan, because usually we don't get these until like a month or two after, so normally I wouldn't get this till December or like late November. But they shipped these ones out early, and then they were a little bit upset because they got delayed. So they didn't show up in stores until, when did I grab this? I think the 18th. But I wouldn't have had much time to do any coloring anyways, so it doesn't bother me any. I think I'm finally getting a little bit better with this paper. It's still not blended as much as I would like it to, but I think it gives it a neat effect anyways. What are you all coloring in lately? I still have not finished a single page in like 2 months, aside from this month's color along. I finished that last month, and that's all I finished. I have like 5 works in progress now, I think. I keep starting things, but finishing them on the other hand. Let me see if I can zoom out just slightly. We're a little too zoomed in here. There we go. Hi, Tammy. Well, of course, I'm using Prismas, and I'm using the black, which is PC935, dark umber, which is PC947, bronze, PC1028, artichoke, PC1098, and then the cream, which is PC914. This is my favorite kind of like bronze combination. So it's usually my go-to. I think there's usually one other, I think I add green ochre sometimes if it's like a larger space, but you can usually get away with the bronze and the artichoke. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you're loving them. I'm gonna have to replace my markers here soon. Maybe find some better ones. I do like the Touch 5, but I feel like I've not used them very much and they just dry up really quick. So I need to find some cheaper alternative that'll actually last, but I don't need anything major either color-wise because I just use them as a base. So could literally get like a light shade of every color, maybe like a couple different shades of every color, I'd be happy. Oh, thank you. I will be happy when Inktober's over and I can focus my free time on coloring again. I think that's also why I haven't colored very much. Oops, didn't see that little tiny bit of arrow sticking out there. Yeah, or this one. Let's see, did I miss any others while I'm looking at it? Just these two. I did, Bethan, yep. Yeah, I do like the green ochre. It is just a little, it makes it a little bit more, like, it looks kind of like aged more if you use the green ochre because it gives it that green tint. Bella, thank you. Unfortunately, no. Not yet, anyways. They're about like 3 millimeters longer than my real nails at the moment. They put tips on just because my nails were super short. When I got them done, it was after like 4 straight days of working in the kitchen. And my nails are pretty thin and brittle as it is, so you add water into the equation and oh my goodness, they looked horrendous. So they put tips on and I got acrylics done because I needed something extremely durable and I'm absolutely loving these. So I figure I'll probably have to get like 2 sets done before my nails have grown out long enough that they can just acrylic over mine rather than using tips. But the only thing is they're getting a little bit too long for me. I have to go in and get them to file them down, I think. I'll look into the Cali Arts then, if you like them so much. Maybe I will too. Hi Tammy, this is Frightlings Halloween and it's the Coloring Heavens Collector's issue. And I think I already said hi to you, but hi again. Back to that terrible memory I was talking about earlier. I do, yep. Except for lately. Lately I just pick whatever I want and start coloring it, and I don't care how many works in progress I have. Trying to think if there's any more bronze on this page that I want, and I don't think there is. I think I want to do like a mixture of bronze and silver, and I've got a neat idea for the background, but we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to figure out some other colors first here. What time is it? It's from 12, so probably an hour away. Okay. Ooh, 180. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't need that many. I mean, I have the 80 set. I think there's 80 set of touch 5, and I probably don't even use half of those markers because I don't really have much use for the dark ones. I more like the lighter ones because I'm coloring over them with pencil anyways, so. And I'm not sure what I'm going to use for the silver yet. I haven't really decided on what tone of silver I want. Oh my goodness, Stitch's hair is everywhere. Yeah, you'd probably do well like me then, because I have no idea what I'm doing with them aside from just using them as a base and then pencil over top. Okay. Because what I'm thinking for the background, I think it'd be cool to give them really pale blue eyes, because most zombies have that. And then the background is all snowy anyway, so I'm kind of thinking about doing blues for that, so leaving it like a really light blue with, you know, a little bit of a darker blue for the trees, but have it all blue. And then I'm kind of debating doing like a bluish silver, but I think that might be too much blue, so maybe traditional silver would be better, but I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go with my instinct, and we're gonna find a silvery blue. And let's see, I'll pull out my. See if I can find him here. My ogre guy from Mythomorphia. I think I'm gonna go with kind of this color, silver. So it's kind of like a blue steel almost color. So I'm just gonna have to find my combinations page for him to see what I use. So bear with me because I've got a lot in here. Tammy, I don't usually, I have a blog with like all of these because I usually record all of the colors. So I do have a blog with the pictures and all of the corresponding combinations, but I don't usually put them up until I have my finished page videos out, which At this rate, I probably won't have one out till next year, if I'm honest. But I could, if you guys want. If somebody requests me to put the colors in the description, I will, but normally I don't. But I can. Let's see if I can find him here. I can't. I should start dating these. They'd be easier to find. Okay, well there's the echidna. Did I do that before or after the ogre? Jeez, the ogre was back in 2017 and my echidna was 2018, so way back. Yeah, I think to make my life easier, I'm going to spend like an hour one day and find all of these coloring pages and write the dates on the top of this so I can find them easier. Okay, so I used quite a few blues for that. So I kind of want to use something similar here, but different. So let's see. I definitely want the blue violet lake and the sky blue. So those are the ones I'm going to take from this. So grab those out. Blue violet lake and sky blue light. Okay, and our bronze kind of looks a bit tarnished, so I don't want the silver to look super, super bright. So I definitely want to keep the black in that because that'll help kind of give it an antique kind of look too. Or actually black might be too harsh. Let's go with the 70% warm gray. So I don't use those enough and I think that would work good. See, so now we're using blue, which is cool tones, but do we want to use warm tone or cool tone grays? You know what, the whole background is going to be cool tones, so let's go with the warm tones. So I'm going to also grab the 30% and 10% warm gray. And most people would test their combinations first. I'm just gonna jump in because that's what I do. I don't think I've regretted diving in enough times to actually test my combinations. Maybe one day I'll get to that point, but let's hope not. Make sure these are nice and pointy. The two blues were Blue Violet Lake and Sky Blue Light. So I'm going to start off with the 70% warm gray and throw these shadows in here. thanks, Beth Ann. Definitely find with this paper I have to spend a lot more time blending out the colors or fading them out, however you want to say it. Those reminders help. I forget to until I see someone saying that in the streams too. Other days it's like the first thing I do, but yeah, I usually forget until someone puts a reminder out there. Okay, so that was the 70% warm gray. So I'm going to move up to the 30%. Yeah, I'm glad I went with the 70% because the black would have been too much, I think. Okay, 10% warm gray. I'm not completely burnishing this either. I think I'm going to take the, what is it, the Blue Violet Lake, and I'm going to put that over top of the grays. And then I'm going to save just a little highlight. Leave some white paper if I can for the light blue, but I'm just going to tint these with the blue. I don't want the blues to be on their own. Moment of truth. think this will also work because bronze isn't usually very reflective. Silver usually is though, and since the background is going to be blue, it's either going to be a blue toned silver or as if the blue is reflecting off of the silver. So either way, it should work. Although the reflection thing was not planned. That just kind of crossed my mind that it could come across like that. So just kind of like a happy accident. Yeah, I get told that a lot. I think just because for me it is easy and I don't really focus on making the pictures look good. I more just focus on the coloring aspect of it, and I love putting colors together, but I don't know, I've always been like that since I was little too though, so I think I maybe do have it a little bit easier than some people because of that. Don't get me wrong though, when I first started, you guys have seen some of my starting pages. They were not very good. But I watched a lot of YouTube and practiced a lot. And then I think that blending and shading, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. There's always like little tips and tricks you can pick up, and especially like where to put your shadows and stuff, that's always a learning process. But for the most part, once you get the hang of it, it does get a little bit easier. I find I'll improve a little bit and then I'll be stuck at like the same point where I feel like I'm not getting any better, and then all of a sudden, bam, it's like up to the next level and I'm liking it more. So like that. I kind of want to add a little bit more blue though. Let's come back in with the blue violet. Just pop a little bit more of this into the grays. Okay, just like that. Okay, I want all of these little arrows, I think, to be silver. I don't think I'm going to do quite the same silver though. I'm going to come in with a 70%. Add a little bit of a shadow. I think I'm just going to leave these with the grays because they'll blend into the background too much if I throw the blues in there. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to outline these in white anyways to kind of separate them from the background. So they're kind of like, it'll look like they're kind of floating, I think, rather than stuck through something. And that is something I learned from Inktober. Aww. You forgot me. Oh, that's a neat idea. I like that. And a lot of the Christmas wrapping paper is beautiful too. So this is the 30% warm gray. So I'm just bringing it in over top of those shadows and then fading it out a little bit. There's not much room to work with though. I'm actually finding these grays are blending a lot nicer. Okay, and then I'm going to finish that off with the 10%. Oh, you're so sweet. Something I could definitely try. I think that'd be an interesting concept. Okay, what else is going to be silver? These. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to use the grays, I think. So I'll start off with 70%. And then the 30%. And then in with the 10%, I've left kind of the left and top part of these little, I think they're technically supposed to be like screws or bolts or something. Left those as the highlight, and that should hopefully give us kind of like a rounded look there. I love the ink tints in that book. I think that's my favorite medium to use in the Christmas book. I don't know why, it just looks so pretty. The ink tints and pastels, two favorites in that book. Yeah. Yeah, he decided to go and lay on his chair. He was done bugging. So you just Googled Christmas wrapping paper. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it now. That way you can verify if it's the right one. You said it's blue with a bunch of snow and lights. I'm actually not seeing any with seeing lots of reindeer, candy canes, plaid punch buggies, which is actually super cute. I love that. Little dinosaurs. Ah, there's ones with kittens playing in Santa hats and stockings. Penguins. Christmas sharks. Some of these wrapping papers are funny. Yeah, I am not finding Zazzle. Okay, let's see. If I can spell today. Still not seeing any blue. Not with lights and snow on them anyways. But they have some beautiful wrapping paper. I'm gonna have to get you to send me a link or something. I wish YouTube would let us put pictures in chat. Like, I could see why that would be a bad thing, but it'd also be very helpful. I'm not quite sure how to color this axe, so I'm just going to kind of wing it. I'm going to kind of outline these highlighted bits there. Only if you can find the paper that Tammy's talking about. I can't find it though, it's not coming up for me. Or did you find it? Oh, that link. We were talking about wrapping paper, silly, but that's helpful too. I'm going to copy that so I have it. Copy. So, and then I can tell you guys when I stream. But I don't think, let's see, it's Friday. I don't stream Friday. I stream on Saturday. So the 26th, and I stream from 1 to 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So y'all are gonna have to put up with me for 3 hours instead of my usual 2, which is awesome that that's something I can do now thanks to my phone. Oh, I see, you're multitasking. That makes sense. Okay, 10%. I think these inside bits of the axe, I'm just going to color completely in grays, and then the outer bits I'll add some of those blue highlights to them. Just to differentiate them, and also because I want the axe to look reflective as well. So we can come on with the Blue Violet Lake. So I'm going to pop this in a little bit more heavier toned over the grays. Fade that out. And then we can go in with the blue, sky blue light. I'm actually really loving these grays and this blue together. They look super pretty. Okay, yeah, like Beth Ann said, you probably won't be able to post it in here. Well, unless you find the link. I'm pretty sure I have it so anybody can post links. I could be wrong, but I think I have it set for that. So you could try if you find it to post the link. If not, if you have Instagram, I think you do. I could be wrong, but you could send it to me there. And you found it. Yay! Okay, so let's see. Silver. So I used technically 2 silver combinations. So if I used similar combinations but some are different, I'll usually put some in brackets. So like for example, we used the 70% warm gray. We used the 30% warm gray. And the 10% warm gray. And that was one combination. So those were by themselves. So they're in brackets because that's one. And then on top of that, we also used the Blue Violet Lake. And the Sky Blue Light. So these in brackets are one combination, and then this entire thing is a second combination. And it just saves space for me. So I kind of do it that way. I know some people get confused by it though, but I'm kind of OCD. I don't like using more than one page for a page. So usually I'll have the front and the back, and that will be all of the combinations for one page. There's very few where I'll have to like open up a second page. Actually, I think there's only ever been one that I've had to. Site called current. Okay. Is it like current.com? Let's try that. Nope, I don't think it is. Yeah, because when I search current, it just comes up with like definitions and like electric current and electricity and yeah. If we type in current, wrapping paper, current maybe. Okay, current catalog. See, I think this might be it, but the first wrapping paper that shows up is gnomes. See if I can specifically find wrapping paper, not gift bags. Yeah, this is confusing website. Okay, I don't know. Oh no, you said there was lights. This one has trees and snow. Looking at these is making me want to sing Christmas carols, but it's way too early for that. I don't know if I'm on the right website. I just went through all its wrapping paper. I didn't see any with blue and lights. Okay, snowy tree jumbo roll. Maybe it was the one I was looking at then. So it'd be that one. that the right one? No? Oh. Hmm. This one? So there's only 3 that come up. That's the only other one I think that it could be. Yeah, that is beautiful. Although I think, now that I'm seeing that, I think your faith in me is a little too much. That would be a hard one to recreate. This very soft and pretty, with a lot of detail still. I want that wrapping paper. Yeah, that's what it did for me too at first, Bethan. Hey Shannon, how are you, sweetheart? Okay. This page is gonna look so cool when I'm done with it, guys. I swear. I'm like tooting my own horn here, and like, I'm excited for this. I'm gonna start in on the hair with the Blue Violet Lake. I'm just gonna pick out some strands. You know, you get some of those pages where you're like struggling for ideas on how to color things, but then you get those pages where the colors are just picking themselves, and along the way you know exactly what you're gonna do and you get so excited about it. This is one of those pages. I am loving my idea for this and where it's going. So I'm going to do like bluish white hair for him. I'm going to outline it in white. It's going to look like his hair is glowing. The background is still going to be blues. They'll be a little bit darker though, so they don't blend in with his hair. And then the arrows as well are going to kind of look like they're glowing. And I think it's going to look pretty cool. You're a photographer, Shannon? I did not know that. I feel like I should have known that. This shows you guys how much attention I pay. Yeah, I'm gonna go looking at wrapping paper for ideas, and then I'm gonna end up buying some because they're super pretty. I wish Walmart sold wrapping paper like that. They do get some pretty ones, but not like that. those are like over the top pretty to the point where like you don't even want to open your present because you don't want to rip it. How could you not? They're so beautiful. His hair is so light that I don't even think it really shows up much on screen. But it's so pretty. I want hair like this. Right? It'll just sit there and he'll stare at it and he'll be like, it's too pretty to use. I feel like I would do the same thing. Okay, I am loving that. That was literally 2 colors. I don't think it's showing up very well for you guys though. That's not the look I want. I want this one. See if we bring it up more, if it shows better. I don't know if it does. But it's really pretty and pale, and I think it'll show up a little bit better once we have everything else colored. I think the white is kind of washing it out. And we've only got about 10 more minutes, so I'm gonna go color his eyes. And I want those to be like a really bright luminescent blue, so I know I definitely want the non-photo blue. Definitely the sky blue light again as well. I think I want something a little bit darker, maybe the true blue. Actually, instead of non-photo blue, might be better to do electric blue. It's a little bit brighter. Okay, let's go with true blue, electric blue, and sky blue light. The only thing I don't like about the electric blue is I feel like it's kind of one of those scratchy blues, which sucks because it's super pretty. It's just not as pigmented, so it doesn't lay down as nice. wonderful color in his eyes. I want to make them as reflective as possible and super bright. I kind of want to keep the reflective design that the artist has in here already. Oh, hello, Bee. How are you today, sweetheart? Okay, and then I'm going to switch to the electric blue. Again, kind of a scratchy, not very pigmented color, but still really pretty. So we're going to do our best to try and build that color up. I'm not sure where this little finger is coming in here. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but there's just this one little darker spot. Maybe there's something under the paper. Okay, and then lastly we'll go in with the sky blue light, which also needs to be sharpened. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, hon. So are you actually resting it? Or are you spending your rest days coloring? I know, Tammy, and it sucks because it's so beautiful, but the color is just not where I want it. I kind of figured it would be. I got frustrated when I colored left-handed too. I mean, granted, it turned out okay for being left-handed. I was surprised, but yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna take my Posca pen and just try and over the white areas and try to get rid of the black lines. Yeah, see, that makes a huge difference. He's so cute. Okay, we'll color one more thing before we call it a day, because I'm gonna have to turn this because now that my eyes are wet, I think I figured out what I want to do with this heart. So we're going in with the 70% warm gray and the 30%. I'm just going in lightly. And the 10%, just a little bit. And then I'm actually going to take the true blue, because I want to make this a little bit more blue than underneath, because I don't really want it to match too much. I want it to look similar, but not identical. So I want a little extra blue in there. And then the blue violet lake. And I'll blend that all together with the sky blue light. And maybe make it shiny. Aw, thanks everyone. I definitely got quite a bit done today. So again, I stream on... Let me look at my work schedule here. Actually, I might be able to stream Wednesday, but I'm not sure. I might stream Wednesday. If not, my next stream date is Saturday, the 26th at 1 to 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And I think we're going to stick to this book, but I'm going to color a different page, I think. What was I thinking, the bunny page? Yeah. I think we might start on the bunny page, but we'll see. I might change my mind by then, but that's the idea for now. So thanks, as always, for hanging out with me, guys. I stubbed my toe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will either see you Wednesday or for the Speaktober Colorathon, which I'm super excited about. I'm only streaming the one day, but I'll try and make it to as many streams as I can. Alright. Take care, everyone. See you next time. Bye!